Guys, and welcome to Victor Vran. This is a isometric action RPG that is coming out of early access. I've heard my date was the 24th, so it should be sometime next week after this video goes up. And it's a game. It's from Haemimont Games and published by Video Median. I'll get my full disclosure right out of the gate here. I'm looking at this with a review code I received from a third-party PR firm. I don't know anybody at Haemimont. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I don't know anybody at Video either. So that's where my biases lie, is I didn't pay for the game. I can like it or dislike it at my own leisure. I'm looking at Steam, and it's got it at $28 Canadian in early access right now. So I imagine that's probably, what, 25 American? And I think that's probably going to be the price point when it comes out of early access to its full release next week, but I can't promise that for certain, so don't hold me to that. There is online co-op, but only online co-op. There's no local co-op, which is kind of a sore spot for me because I prefer to play, couch co-op with my friends and not online. Seeing it looks a little bit framey. That's probably due to OBS slowing my whole computer down to a crawl while trying to record and write to the same hard drive. The game looks fine to me otherwise. It's just the recording that you're getting, it's going to look a little bit framey. Just going to pop in the options quick. There, you can turn off and on different health bars. You can turn on and off the ability to rotate the minimap. Stuff like that. I'm leaving basically everything on because I want basically all of it on. There are 3 different control schemes here. There's action is the default one, and it's what I'll be using, what I was using, where you use keyboard and mouse. There is the option to move with just your mouse, which I imagine requires a liberal use of the scroll wheel, and there is the option for the gamepad if you want it. But I'm going to go with the action one. There is also some sound options. I think these are all on by default. Subtitles is off by default, which again is another sore spot for me. I think it was on default by medium detail level by default. I've got it in windowed mode. You'll notice that the display resolution is off if it's in windowed mode. I can turn it on to borderless or full screen, and I get a display resolution when it's in windowed. You can actually resize the window as you like. I'm not going to do it because it's going to mess with my video settings here, but I kind of like that. If you're the kind of person that wants to just not play in a native resolution, you can. Maybe you've got some weird, like, third-party knockoff monitor that doesn't have conventional resolution. So boom, here you go. Victor Vran's got you covered. I think basically everything else is by default. I don't know if that's what it determined my computer can run or if that's just what it leaves it at. And then there's the credits, which I'm not going to pull open. So yeah, there are also different save slots. You get 8 different save slots. This is what I've been playing for a little over 2 hours. This is one I played just to test what hard mode was like. I'm not going to show that off in the video because it's fucking hard. Well, maybe I'll show it off a little bit. But for right now, let's start a new slot. Just so you can see the opening cutscene here, I'm going to turn up the volume so it's going to get a little loud in a minute. But just so you have an idea of what's going on in the narrative of Victor Vran, I will start up a new game here. And I'll be quiet while Victor here explains what's going on. Whenever it decides to load. There it is.
Zagarovia, the fallen city, the land of no return, where darkness won and we demon hunters lost. 1 year ago, a plea for help summoned hunters to Zagarovia. Many answered the call. No one returned. I thought Adrian dead, until a raven delivered his message. He too summoned me to Zagarovia. He saw what I seek. Adrian is a friend. One of the precious few I have. And the only man who knows of my past. Of the pact I made. And the demon powers I wield. Whatever haunts this cursed city, I will face to find my friend.
Alright, so here we go. There's your narrative. We play as Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher. I'm pretty sure that is, I think his name is Doug Cockle, the guy who does the Western English voice for Geralt. It certainly sounds a hell of a lot like him if it's not. What was I going to say? So yeah, there's some stuff going on in the narrative there. We are Victor Vran, hunter, coming to a town that called Hunters, because even though Victor seems to think that there's nothing that can be done about the town, but he came because his best friend said, hey, I found something you're looking for here, so you should come to the town. So Victor's on his way to meet his friend, get whatever it is Adrian has for him. There was some rumors of, or well, not rumors, Victor basically confirmed it, but there is some kind of pact that he made. He has demonic powers. He's going to do some talking.
The city is eerily quiet.
I'm going to turn this down. You're not going to hear what he's saying right now, but that's okay. Where am I at? Yeah, that should be good. Because that is way too loud. So yeah, you can move with the WASD keys. You attack with the left mouse button here. I'll attack these spiders. And he attacks wherever you're aiming. So I'm facing the opposite way, but if I attack behind, then he will just spin around and start attacking behind. You can hold it down to do your full combo. What else is there? Trying to think. You can rotate the map with the right mouse button by holding it down and rotating.
Dim light shine through the dusty windows.
Okay.
I wonder what horrors hide behind them.
There we go. Now it's telling me to hold the mouse right button, and then here it should tell me soon of the platforming part of the game. Yeah, right here. Space to jump. So Victor, unlike say Diablo or another action RPG that you might be able to name, Victor can jump, which lets you access different areas of the game.
I sense something hidden.
Where your mini-map says you can't go there from where you are, you can usually just jump over there. If the level looks like you can jump there, you can usually jump there, which is pretty sweet.
Back of my mind.
It will come into play. There is some wall jumping here, where you jump off the wall, boom, you reach new heights, new areas, and then you can jump back down to the rest of the level. Oh my god, his voice.
Hello? Can you hear me?
A voice in my head? What else?
If you can hear me, jump now.
If you don't jump, he just says jump, 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 jump.
Come on. Jump, 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 jump. Good boy. Now roll over. Just kidding.
That voice I'm not too fond of, but he's here, so I can't get rid of him.
Come on, go get it. You can use the exercise. I love these boxes.
So, throughout the game you'll find, in basically every area there are a bunch of secrets you can find, and I only have found one, and it involved me jumping up to a different height like this. In somewhere that it didn't look like you could actually get to, but I tried, and sure enough you could. Which is actually pretty cool. You don't get a whole lot of... Is there gold there that I'm not getting? Yeah. There's a whole lot of action RPGs I can think of where you just do interesting little platforming stuff like that. You can press M to bring up the map. It's not a great map. The starbursts here are checkpoints. The green X's are your kind of your waypoint where the quest wants you to go. These are instances to different areas, and then that's our end goal here is Castle Zagarovia. What was it called? Castle Zagarovia. There we go. So, there are 3 control schemes I think I mentioned. I've only played with the action one, the keyboard and mouse, and it plays fine, plays great. Plays like an action RPG expects to feel. I don't know how the others play. I imagine the gamepad plays fine too. I'm a little uneasy about the idea of the mouse one, just because I've played some action RPGs. Actually, I've played one. Crawl, I know, lets you play entirely with the mouse if you want to. But that game has that as an option because of local co-op. Victor Vran does not have local co-op, so there's no reason to have just the mouse unless you have a really shitty keyboard, I guess. Because I feel like it's not going to feel as well as being able to use the keys and the mouse at the same time. But maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, let's head off into here and we'll show off more of the controls. Every time you go into, or you're about to go into another area, it gives you a little description of it. I went through that one really quickly. If you want to see what it said, you can go back and pause the video.
I know this place.
Oh my god, this voice.
You're
okay.
Getting closer.
So,
come on, open that door.
Shut up.
Oh, watch out, Hunter. Those dummies look tough. They outnumber you. You should consider retreating.
Done? Okay. So, every weapon has a regular attack, which you do with the mouse button and holding it down, and has two specials. A Q, oh my god, shut up. Has a Q and an E. So, in the case of the sword here, the Q is going to be a strong slash that will knock back enemies, and I failed to hit the dummy, because I'm a dummy. So we'll let that cool down, there we go. And then the E is a daze, which does like an AoE around, which is pretty good. You can also tap 1 for potions. And then you have this yellow bar over here on the right side for overdrive, which as you attack, it will build up. So I'm going to wail on these dummies here while it builds up.
Maybe I should stop wasting my time on you, Hunter.
And boom. Now it's charged up, we can use our demonic power, which by default you have meteor. You just kind of mouse over where you want it to go, and you just tap the 3 key.
A demon?
And it'll go where your mouse, roughly where your mouse landed.
Did you learn to do that?
And now the door's open and we can continue on.
I'm trapped in that box.
And he's totally lying, he's not in the box at all.
Oh, well, I must be in
Skeletons are kind of interesting in that if you don't kill them with an overkill, they will actually get back up. You see these two here will back up, and then boom. So whenever you complete a little objective like that, a flag drops down with your reward. And in this case, we were rewarded with a shotgun. Put that on. Shotguns, I much prefer the shotgun. There's a decent variety of weapons in the game. I mean, I only have 2 hours into it, so there's probably some I haven't seen yet. But with the shotgun, you have a ranged attack, which you cannot use while moving. If I start moving here, I'm still holding the button, but the key stops until you let go. Your Q is a single target blast that recharges whenever you kill an enemy, which is really, really useful, and basically the whole reason I'm using the shotgun outside of the fact that it's the only ranged weapon I have access to. E is a burst, which hits in the line, and much like the demon powers, those both work just wherever your mouse is where he's going to shoot them. So we'll head up here, and I think this should take us into the... not into the city yet. Just the gates. We get a little bit of Victor's narrative there. So I'm going to talk a little bit here, and I'm going to talk over him and about him. About this voice, I'm not a huge fan of the voice. Normally when you have a narrator like that, it's because you have a silent protagonist. But, and you see here, I can just keep mashing Q and I can basically kill all the spiders pretty easily. We don't have that with Victor Vran. I mean, he has a voice. He has a defined character. He has a voice. He will talk whenever he feels appropriate to.
Yes, you found it.
Here's a hammer. Oh, normally that's a hammer. I've gone through this like 3 times, and that's always been a hammer. Weird. Oh well, I guess I won't get to show off a hammer yet. With the narrator, I get what they're going for. He's supposed to be like the comic relief, and maybe there's a narrative purpose for it, maybe. Because, I mean, Victor alludes to it here.
Quite place. I've fought and slain many monsters in my line of work. The ones that talk are always the worst.
Okay. But, I mean, we have Victor, we don't need that voice. He's kind of comic relief, he's kind of maybe he serves some sort of narrative purpose. Maybe he's the real final boss. He's going to burst out of Victor's head and be the demon that he made a pact with or something. I don't know. I'm only 2 hours in, so I can only speculate. But so far, he's basically just been used for mimetic humor. There's a point where you go into a dungeon and he says, "Oh, Victor, I used to be an adventurer like you or a hunter like you until I took an arrow to the knee." Ha ha ha. Or there's a bit where most of the dungeon he just keeps riffing on. I'm going to go into the castle proper here. The voice just keeps ripping on the narrator from the Stanley Parable, which, I mean, it lacks all the reason that narrator was good. It mostly just comes across as lazy humor, and I hate to like be that guy that's like, oh, memes aren't funny, but it's really not. It's just bad. And maybe if he serves some sort of greater narrative purpose, he's like a character that will, you know, come in larger play later, that's kind of okay. It still kind of feels like lazy writing because you still don't need him to be a voice the whole time. I'd have to keep playing and see where it goes to really make that sort of criticism, but as he stands right now, what I've seen in 2 hours, I'm not a huge fan of the voice. I think it's kind of bad. I get that you don't want to have Victor not be the serious, gritty, hardcore, ultra edgy hunter that he is, but you could just have him lighten up and he'd probably be a better character for it. Don't, you know, like, that's what I think, so I don't know. I'm not big on the voice. Once you finish the tutorial here, you get to pick one of 3 outfits. We've got the Hunter's outfit, which is what we were wearing, where as you get hit, your overdrive fills. Cavalier's is the Magician's outfit. This is what I've been using, where your overdrive fills over time. And Vigilante's is what I tried using on hard mode, where you only charge your overdrive when you score crits, and after time, I think it does deplete, but you take less damage, which is kind of cool. I think the Cavalier's is by far the best one, so I'm going to go with that one. Hard mode, I'm not going to go into hard mode right now. I'll maybe jump over the hard mode character and just show you bits of it.
There are
for now, we're going to go
survivors
into new
after all this time.
normal mode.
Castle Zagora still stands, a refuge from the horrors outside.
You see this is filling automatically. Alright, so here's our hub world, Castle Zagora. Over here we have a weapons area. There's rarely an NPC here that you can purchase weapons from. Over here we have...
I'm Damien the Alchemist. I can help you with useful supplies, like potions and bombs. And you can help me with your gold. We alchemists are said to transmute gold into air. But it's all for the benefits of science. Take a look through my inventory. There's not much demand from hunters these days.
So this is one of our NPCs here. We can talk to him. He'll sell basic weapons. I think he does sell better weapons if you come back to him later. And he sells potions. He'll start selling varieties of potions as they kind of get unlocked. For now I'm going to sell these swords because I don't care about them. And you can hit V here to remind yourself who you're actually vending with. The voice works okay in the game. It could be better in places. I'm not a huge fan of Geralt or Victor's voice actor. I think it's Doug Cockle. I mean, he does what he does well, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Let's meet some of the other characters here. This is Sir Crumb.
Another hunter comes to save the day. Maybe we stand a chance against the countless hordes now. Or maybe you'll just die like all the others.
My name is Victor Vran, and I didn't expect this kind of warm welcome in Zagarovia. I'm looking for a friend. I won't stay a minute longer after I find him.
Listen, Vran. I don't care. Just one rule. Don't promise the impossible to Her Majesty. Every day I endeavor to convince her to give up hope of saving this city. And with you around, she will become even more determined to stay and die in this cursed castle. If this happens, I will hold you personally responsible. You hear me?
I kind of dig the, oh, here, let me shut up and let this guy talk too.
God has answered our prayers in this hour of need and sent you here. I am Casimir, servant of his will and patriarch of Zagarovia. You bring hope to my people, and hope is what we need in these dark hours.
I kind of like
will be with you.
the renders they've got here. I don't know if these are... I think these are like... They remind me of like Civilization. It looks like they're like 3D models rendered as stills. They do an alright job. I kind of like this guy's voice, actually. Reminds me of the Sultan from Aladdin. Kind of cool. Last character we get here is
Welcome to Zagarovia,
Queen.
Hunter. Thank you for answering our summons and bringing your sword to our cause. Soon we will push back the enemy. If you hurry, you will be rewarded.
Your Majesty, I would gladly see you to safety.
It is not safety that we want. We are going to win this war and free my kingdom from the demons.
No further help is coming, Your Majesty. What brought me here is the fate of a fellow hunter by the name of Adrian.
You may believe no help is coming and have given up, but we stand strong. But if it is your friend you seek, you must go south, to the royal gardens.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
There's something
You may
about
believe
her
no help is
model.
coming
I'm
and
going to
have
talk
given
over here.
up,
That looks
but we
weird.
stand strong.
The arms
But if it
look
is your
like they're
friend you seek, you
too
must go
low,
south,
and I think it's because of
to the
these.
royal
They make
gardens.
her... They deceive the eyes as to her like body shape. Also, there's something wrong with just like how this looks. I feel like they should be pushed out more if her breasts are going to be massive, but I
The
don't know.
Queen is strong-willed. It must be how she got this far. But it changes nothing.
So yeah,
The
this is your
city
hub
is
world.
overrun.
Yeah, shut up, Victor. This is your hub world. Over here is a private stash that you can... I don't know if you use it to transfer between characters or just to hold items. There is an NPC that will come and unlock it for us. That his name is... He's a grunt soldier. His name is Private Stash. And then he'll hold our items for us. I think it's more like... I don't think it's between character transfer. I'm pretty sure it's just... You hold it to clean out your inventory, because there is limited space in your inventory. Huh. I didn't know there was buttons there. Also, this gentleman, I think it was Patriarch Casimir or whatever, he will become an NPC that will vend some stuff for us later. But for now, I'm going to show off a little bit of the first area here and get into... Ooh, sorry. Get into this stuff, which is... These, I don't know what to call them, objectives, I guess. You'll see that there are 5 of them, and as you complete them, these will you're in your stars for the Royal Gardens. There are 3 secrets to find. I don't think I've ever found any of them. Maybe I can find some now. There are 5 of them. I think every area has 5 of them. Use 10 demon powers, slay 25 Spyrex, slay all the nests in the labyrinth, slay Argus the Dreaded Mage, slay the Chessmaster. And I kind of like these. I'm torn on these, and I'll get into it a little more later, but for now let me just show off one of them, so you have some idea of what's going on here. And I'm going to skip most of the area here in favor of showing this
Now
off
that I think about it,
like I want to, and I'll probably come back and
you can call me
try and show off leveling. In fact, I guess I should probably like
without a body. So,
show most of this off. So if you come over here to the left, you'll see this giant chess area, and if you enter onto it, it will spawn a giant spider called the Chessmaster, which is a little mini-boss that if you kill, you'll accomplish the objective of slaying the Chessmaster. This is not how I want to be doing this, ideally, so I'm gonna... There is one control they don't teach you, and I'll show it off in a second here. But if you double tap a key, you'll do a dodge roll. I'm not sure how well it works in practice. I always forget that it's there. There we go. There, now I got a hammer. And I'll just finish slaying these off with a few spam here. Okay. Now I'm low on HP, so let's pop a potion. I'll show off the hammer a little bit here, since I've got a good one. Just because I do want to try and level up before... Is that the experience bar down there? I never noticed that. I do want to level up before I switch characters. It's getting kind of framey now. I think that's just because there's a shit ton of stuff. So there's your basic hammer combo. Big, clunky, swingy.
now what should I call
If you use your Q...
John?
Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing here. You do a nice big AoE,
Victor,
and if you use your
that's
E, you do a
United.
jumping drop,
That
which I
doesn't
think
suit
adds lifesteal to your weapon.
No, I'll call you Vicky.
The voice is being an
that
annoying
seems to
twat.
fit.
Some more. Making shitty jokes. I feel like he just doesn't fit thematically with what they're going for with the game. These are spider spawners, nest things. As you leave them alive, they will continue to spawn spiders, so you get nowhere if you don't actually kill them. But let's kill all these spiders and see if I can't get a level here. I feel like I'm really close, so... I do want to show off leveling up. It's going to be a hell of a lot easier to take a level 1 character to level 2 than to switch over to any of the others and show it off. And there... Oh, no, we're still off. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the gun because it's going to go a lot faster if I have it. But, I need some more, so we'll head over here. Okay. I think it's over here where the labyrinth is for that challenge. I'm just going to run by these guys.
Look, Vicky,
Yeah.
a maze. That looks fun.
So there is also
Let's
this
go
one
there.
in the first area. It's a labyrinth. It's the
Now,
hedge maze, but you can
you find
just
your way out?
do your sweet platforming and jump over. Which I kind of dig this as an area too. Is you get to like, it's a maze. You can try and go through it on your own if you want, or screw it. You can just cheat your way around and jump over things and get where you need to go. I want to use my powers, and I chose to keep it. I'm bad at computer. I still have not leveled. Are you kidding me?
Hey, that's cheating.
There
No
we go.
jumping.
And he does comment on it and say, "Oh, you're cheating," but screw him. Do it anyway. Come on. I'm so... Oh, I do have the level. Okay. I'm almost hit level. Excellent. Okay. Just gonna hop somewhere. Here, I guess. There are fountains you can find in different areas, mostly health fountains, but you can get overdrive ones, which if you use, boom, fill your bar. And you gain it over time, so if you use it right away, it'll also fill a lot faster, which I'm pretty sure it does stack with the caster costume, but I'm not certain. Anyway, when you level up, you'll get this barely noticeable little icon down here where my mouse was. You click it, you'll be told what you've just unlocked for your level. You get different things every level. The first level, you get these destiny cards, which are kind of like accessories that you can get. And every time you level, you also get to choose from one of 3 rewards, usually pertaining to what you've unlocked. So I just unlocked Destiny cards, so now I get to pick one of these 3 Destiny cards. These look like they're the same every level too, so I imagine all the level rewards are always the same. I'm not going to go with melee damage, actually. I'm going to go with the crit one. Boom, then your bar is filled up. Your bar empties from being filled up. I'm going to switch out for a second here and show off the hard mode real quick, because I do want to touch on that. Alright, so we'll go to the same area with the hard mode character. Row Gardens. You'll see these here. When you're on hard mode, there's these hexes, which I think are also really cool, where holy shit, it gets like 1,000 times harder. Monsters hit you for more damage and cause cripple, but you get 10% more experience, 5% more items. You lose health every once in a while, but you get 10% more experience, 5% more items. Monsters get more armor and they regen health, but you get more experience and armor. So you can't really affect these at all, and holy shit, do they make this a lot harder. Like, I have not been able to get like anywhere in hard mode because I just get absolutely wrecked by these. I did want to touch on that very briefly, and then I'm going to switch over to the character that I have over 2 hours in here, and hop on and just show off some of the stuff you can do in, what else here? I wanted to show off transmutation, but I can't because it's level 16 you need. I did have, and I've used them, but when you level up, sometimes the third thing you can choose is a chest. They pop up in here, and you just open them. A giant green flag falls down. Oh, I didn't get to show off any objectives being completed on that character. Oh, I did when I did the chest master, yeah. chest falls down, or flag falls down, chest pops up, something pops out of it. I've gotten some pretty decent stuff out of it. I think it was this yellow rare ray where instead of a meteor I shoot... Can I actually show it off here? Yeah, I can. I actually shoot a laser beam out, which follows my mouse. And I've gotten a really good card here where I get 50% more crit damage, and I gain health when my overdrive fills up, which it fills up on its own, so that's pretty good. I think I also got the tower or something. Overdrive jar fills faster, which is pretty good. You'll see that there are actually a bunch of different weapon types you can get here. In addition to sword, gun, and hammer, there's rapier and scythe that I've gotten, so I'll take a second here and show those off. Rapier, quick little combo, your Q is a dash, and your E is a little DOT that you can apply. When you level up, you get different equip slots. I'll get a second demon power at level 14. So I've gotten a second potion slot, which I filled with Barkskin Potion. He actually sells a firebomb to go in that slot. I haven't played around with that yet either. I've also gotten a second weapon slot. You can just click the middle mouse button and you switch weapons here. Scythe just reaps forward. You could move through the game entirely by attacking with your scythe if you really wanted. Q, you shoot a nice big wave, and E is a tornado that gives you an armor buff. I think out of all of them, I like gun the best by far. I've used gun almost exclusively for like the entire thing. This gun is better. I never really changed my gun at all. I just kind of put on the first one. But, oh, actually, finding more items seems better. And then, if I need to get into melee, I'll switch to Scythe, but I basically never do. I can just kind of spam Q and kill everybody. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to show off here. Oh yeah, there was something I did want to talk about here. Let's pop out of my map. You see, this is where I've unlocked at 2 hours. I've done Royal Gardens, I did the Sepulchre of the Damned, I did the Royal Crypt, and I did the Weeping Halls. I fought the first boss, and then I've unlocked the Hunting Grounds as the next area with the big mark over it, but I could go to some other areas here. Devil's Throat, Foul Tomb, Den of the Broodmother, High Quarter, and you'll see that for the first area, the Royal Gardens, I got all the stars. I didn't get all the secrets. I got one of them, apparently. I don't remember which one. But I got one of them. And when you go on to, I think it's the Sepulchre of the Damned here, I've only got 3 of them. I haven't found the secrets, because it wants me to find all the secrets, and it wants me to slay monsters that are taking damage. So I said earlier that I was pretty cool with the idea of these, but with a caveat, and that is these ones, slay monsters with hammer, or in Royal Crypt, there's... where is it? Slay Spectral Binders with hammer, slay monster with a rapier. Is there one in here? No. For ones like kill all the spider nests in the labyrinth, I like these because then you have to figure out, okay, so what's the labyrinth? And then you pretty quickly figure out, oh, it's the hedge maze. Or, oh, where is the chess master? It sounds like a unique boss fight. You go to the chessboard and sure, you're disappointed when it turns out to just be a big spider, but it is kind of interesting in that respect. But when it's just the weapon, where you, oh, have to, in the wrong one, where you just, oh, kill people, just use the hammer, I don't really like those ones, because they discourage you from playing how you want, where I want to use a gun because A, it's super cheap and lame, and B, it's, like, really good, whereas I don't like the hammer, but I have to use it just to get my star here for completion's sake. I'm not too big with that. The stuff like this, slay monsters without taking damage, 70, I actually think those are really cool because they add an extra layer of difficulty. It adds challenge and replayability to these areas that normally wouldn't be there. I'm just really bad at it, so I've basically given up on it. I also don't really like the secrets one, where you have to find like all the secrets, or down here I think you have to find, maybe not that one. Is this one? No. One of these here. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, here you have to find half of the secrets. And this was the one that I said I think I only found one. I was talking about this one. I guess I found one in the first area, I just don't remember it. but you'll see that they all have like a treasure chest or a flag with a number, or if I go to like this one, pile of gold with a number, a better treasure chest. You are rewarded for doing these. A flag drops down and either it'll spit out blue orbs for experience, which is what the flag is, or it'll spit out gold coin piles for the coins, or it'll drop a chest with an item in it that you can pick up, or I assume a better chest with better items. I feel like locking things away behind stuff like use the hammer, it feels kind of lame. Finding the secrets for experience I'm kind of okay with because that's kind of cool. It encourages you to find the secrets. I don't like it as an objective. I feel like that should just always be a thing on all the maps, that if you find secrets you should get some sort of reward outside of, well, I think the secret itself is a reward, because I know the one I found in the hunting grounds here I think was a weapon, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been an ability or something else. It was some kind of equipable item, and that's kind of cool. But I don't feel you need an additional reward for actually finding it. I feel like that's kind of lazy, that you could have just come up with a fifth interesting thing. The ones in the Royal Gardens I really liked. All of these are pretty good. Demon Power is kind of iffy, but I mean, you're going to use them anyway, probably. Slay Spider Eggs you're going to do because you're going to kill everything. Spider Nests, Argus, and Chessmaster, I really like all of these. But the locking stuff away behind weapons and being rewarded for something you should honestly be doing anyway, I'm not too big on these ones. These ones I'm okay with just because they all seem to be items, and I feel like in that case you should get a reward for doing that cool challenge. If you can't do it like me because I'm really bad, then you just kind of have to grow up and not get your item, or buckle down and keep trying until you do, or to just come back later when you can just steamroll the area. So I kind of like those. I just wish it was a little better executed. You see here you can pan up and down the map, and there's a ton of stuff to this. So there is a ton of stuff I haven't even begun to explore. I haven't got to touch transmutation because you need to be level 16, and I'm like level, what, 11? So there's a lot to Victor Vran. I kind of like it. I might play a little more of it just to see where else it goes. But yeah, so if you're a fan of action RPGs, definitely give it a try. It got some really interesting things like the platforming, the secrets to find, the different challenges you can do that make it more than just a like Diablo-style loot fest, which I really like as an idea. I just wish the challenges were better executed. I wish the narrative was a little better. It's not really my cup of tea. I'm not a huge fan of the Victorian hunter aesthetic. I think after Bloodborne I've kind of been worn out on it. But if it's your jam, then boom, Victor Vran's got you covered. Again, I think it comes out next week, and it's probably going to be about $25 US, 28 Canadian. So I'll have a Steam link in the description. You can check it out if you're interested, and thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.